G'day mates, my name's Liam. Today I want to talk about whether you should get a computer science degree or not. There are a few benefits of a degree. The first benefit that you get through doing a degree is that you have a structured form of education. If you struggle, say, with setting deadlines, making goals for yourself, and setting out tasks for you to complete, and if you don't know where to start, it's a really good way to help you learn the core foundational knowledge of computer science, programming, and how computers work. The next benefit that a degree gives you is a formal qualification which backs up your knowledge and gives you some credibility in the industry. It can give employers a form of reassurance that this person has been taught properly and they at least know the fundamentals and basics of computer science, programming, and how computers work. So it can give you a credibility which you may otherwise not have. The next benefit that it gives you is that it makes you competitive. Many people go to university to do computer science and software engineering, and if you don't have that qualification, then you're competing for the same job. That might give the person with the degree an edge over you, and you may find that you get overlooked for jobs if you don't have that degree. So one thing that I have noticed in many job postings from employers is that when they put the requirements, they do require degrees in a related field. Now, that could be computer science, software engineering, potentially maths, but it depends on the job. Most employers, whether they're using it now or they will be in the future, will be using AI to screen job applicants, and they will be screening the resumes based on the requirements set out in their job posting. If one of the requirements is the fact that you need a degree in a related field, then if you do not have that degree, you will probably be overlooked. And if it is an AI doing so, it probably doesn't really matter whether you have that experience or not. You may find that your job application will be filtered out. So we've talked about the benefits of getting a degree, but what about the benefits of self-studying? If you're extremely motivated, driven, and you're really good at setting yourself goals, then I think self-studying is a really good way of getting into the tech industry. There are many online certificates that you can get which give you credibility to future employers. I think they're a really good alternative if you don't have the ability or don't have the time to go to university to get the degree. When I was working as a software tester, I had a supervisor who had a master's in physics. And he told me his experience with software programmers, that they were some of the best programmers that he's ever met. Mainly because they have that drive and motivation to learn when others do not have that. The other benefit of teaching yourself is that you can set your own pace of how you learn, because everyone learns at a different pace. The pace of a university lecturer may be different to what you might be useful or what you might need in order to really learn and gain a really deep understanding of the knowledge base that you want to pick up. The fact is that university is hard, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's actually a really good thing. But I know that people are in different stages of their life. They may not be able to handle a full-time workload or even a part-time study load, and it just may not be a viable option for them. And that's why I think that being able to set your own schedule and being able to teach yourself at your own pace is a really great benefit of the self-taught route. So when should you get a degree? I think you should get a degree when you have the ability to, if you have the time to. Some people may be switching careers and they don't have time to study, they may be married, they may have families, and studying in a formal setting may not be appropriate for them, and they may not be able to do that. And I think if you're in that situation, then absolutely, self-learning is a viable option to get into tech. I do, however, think that if you do have the ability to study and you do have that time to invest into studying and you have that support to allow you to study, I think you should study, because I think that it does give you the benefits of the structured education, the formal qualification to give you credibility, and it gives you connections in the industry, it gives you networking opportunities, it gives you the ability to do extracurricular activities and other opportunities which you may not have had otherwise if you were just teaching yourself. You may not have the same quality of education, because there is a difference in the quality of what you might be able to teach yourself and the quality of what you might gain from going in person to lectures and learning from people who have worked in the industry or people who have really know what they're talking about. And when should you self-study? I think you should self-study regardless of whether you're doing the degree or the self-study route. I think that if you are doing a degree, you do need to self-study, because if you just coast through and you just get, passes, P's get degrees. You really need to deeply understand data structures, algorithms, how memory is allocated, how memory is managed, how operating systems work, how languages and compilers work in order to really excel in the industry as a tech worker. So should you study a degree or should you self-study? Well, I think you should do both. Just practice programming every day, learn something new, and consistently improve upon yourself. In addition, you should also be working, regardless of whether you're doing the degree or self-taught route, you should be working on personal projects and working on making really good personal projects to show people what you can do, show people a portfolio of work which can say, yeah, I have a degree, yeah, I am self-taught, but this is my body of work, this is what I can do, and this is the value that I can provide to you as an employer. I think regardless of whether you're studying at uni or teaching yourself, you really do need a really strong portfolio and body of work to back up what you say you are good at. So for me, I did both. I taught myself initially, and I taught myself all the foundations, how to program, how to make games. I really dove into it because that was something that I was always interested in growing up. I mean, I started learning how to make games and programming when I was at the end of primary school going into high school, and that was really my initial foundation in learning, in getting into the tech industry. And through teaching myself and practicing and doing things every single day, I was able to build a portfolio and use that to get my first job as a software tester. And because of my technical knowledge, I was able to really excel at that job and do really well. But I do see the need to get a degree as well. I'm currently studying in my second year of computer science, and I really do see the benefit myself of learning in a formal educational setting. There are a lot of foundational things which I may have missed in teaching myself, which I have gained through formal education and through that rigorous study exercise of just studying every day and being able to really dedicate myself to those studies. I mean, look, the more you do something, the better you will get at it, especially if you are really working hard and concentrating and putting all your effort into it. You will really improve if you do consistent work every single day. And I think that if you're teaching yourself, you may have other distractions, you may have other obligations and other responsibilities which may be distracting you from those studies. And if that's the case, that's fine. You can still teach yourself everything you need to know to get into tech. It may just be a little bit harder than someone who has the ability and opportunity to go to university and learn in a formal setting. But regardless, like I said, you have to teach yourself and have to consistently be working on improving yourself and improving your knowledge and getting a really good portfolio. Whether you do the formal education or the informal education, it doesn't matter. You can succeed in both ways, but you will find it harder if you do the informal route. But yeah, these have just been my thoughts and experiences on this topic. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you disliked it, let me know, and subscribe if you want more content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.